This is your girl Tasha again. My teapot is boiling. I have some more tea. Well, I want to talk about Pose. This past Sunday night, episode 4, it was outstanding. Well, first of all, I felt so bad for Kandi when she was walking the ball for body and they chopped her, of course. And then Angel came out and was talking to her, and Kandi was thinking she was coming to make fun of her. And then she talked to Kandi. She said, just because we're in different houses, I'm not here to, upset you. And I really thought that was wonderful. But back in the 80s, late 80s, the girls kind of stuck together. They stuck together more than they do now. I'm from that generation, the late 80s and 90s, and the girls seem to stick together more than they do now. Now it's all about who's more fab, who's more femme, who's more this, that, and the other. But anyway, I liked the way they were talking. And then when Kandi decided she wanted to get body, and she went to the first underground person that pumped, she didn't have the money. Then they went to this quack. This crazy broad. I just cannot believe Kandi let this woman give her anything. She was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I was so scared. I was hoping Kandi didn't, but she did. But I want to tell you something. I remember back then when I knew I was a girl, a woman inside, and I didn't know about hormones and transitioning. It wasn't really spoke of back then. And I remember, because I'm from New York, and I remember going to the city, seeing some of the old legends who have left us now, and even some other girls I didn't know, and they had body, and they looked so glamorous. And I wanted to be a woman, and I knew I was a woman, but I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know where to start. And I remember some of the girls back then was shady. They would act like they just got like that. Like as if overnight, like bewitched, they turned like that. They wouldn't give you any information. And I remember I used to stand, and at the time, 42nd Street, Grand Central, the Port Authority, you could stand 42nd Street. And I just used to stand there and admire some of the legends and wishing, wow, how do they do that? I wish I could do that. And you ask questions, but you never got a solid answer on how to do it. And I used to be so upset and cry and be like, wow, one day I want to be a woman. I feel like a woman. And then I remember a couple of years down the line, I bumped into this person, I won't say her name, and she was giving out flyers about trans meetings. And I think that was God, because I went to those meetings, found out about hormones, and I found out the right way to do it and how it was done and how you transitioned and all the proper information. Even some of the meetings, they had doctors there. And I was like, oh my God. That's how those girls that I used to admire and wonder how they did it. So I was pumped up. I was recommended to a doctor. I started hormones and everything. And I'll never forget that. And I was a young tenderoni then. So this was wonderful. This was a godsend to bump into someone who was out giving out flyers and whatever. So back to what I was saying about pose. Strike a pose. Anyway, pray tell, I knew that he was HIV positive because I remember he was visiting a friend. And then when they all went and got tested, I was so happy. But I knew, I had a good feeling that pray tell was positive. And he was afraid to go before because he knew, he had a feeling he did. Or I believe he may have gone before. But he lied and told them that he wasn't positive. And they all, the younger ones were negative. And I was so happy. And I think they learned their lesson. And then pray tell, he admitted it to Blanca and they talked. And that was a touching moment for me. And then I want to get to Elektra. That bitch got the walk. Tyra, Elektra, she got the walk for your nerves. And then Miss Elektra, I love her. I heard a couple of bloggers or whatever say that her acting can get better. No. Dominique Jackson is a wonderful actress. She is perfect for this part. The way she talks and carry herself. I mean, this isn't her first time acting because she was on Strut. So I kind of disagree with another blogger that mentioned that her acting could be better, a little better. I think it's perfect. She comes through like some of the girls I remember. So to me, Dominique, you're a great actress. Keep it up. And I remember when she was with her sugar daddy, which she was very lucky, and he told her he wanted a girl with something extra. And then they had those little words, with each other, and she wasn't totally happy. And then at the ball, when Aphrodite came through, femme and cunt, she brought it. And then Dominique, then Elektra was kind of envious. They talked, had dinner, but she was envious or wishing that she could do that and be happy. And Aphrodite told her, girl, you got to make a decision. Do you want to be happy for the rest of your life? It's just a choice. And I'm really glad that I hope that Elektra, I think she signed the papers, so she's going to go on with the surgery and be complete. Because when they were showing her with the masking tape and all of that, and she hating her body, I can ID. But, at one time I could ID. I'll put it that way. And I'll say no more. And I just feel happy that she's going to make have that surgery, but I'm afraid of what her sugar daddy's going to say. And then another thing was when she danced. And I forget his name, he was dancing and at the school, the concert, and then the teacher looked back at Blanca, and Blanca stood tall. I mean, I love Blanca's confidence, her fight, her not to give up, her being strong. I love that. Okay, now they harp on the HIV, and I've heard a lot of people say that. But in my opinion, they're talking about the 80s. So this was the big thing in the 80s. So HIV was very big in the 80s and early 90s. So I think that they're just focusing on that, and as time passes, they'll slowly get away from that. But this is only the fourth show. So I think that in the beginning they're starting. That was the big thing. So I think it'll eventually fade to other storylines. And that Angel, oh my God, she's thinking about doing it, not realizing, Angel, you're doing this to please a man. It's not going to make him want you or leave his wife. That's not his issue. He's not sure what he is. He likes it and he loves you, but he doesn't care if you have a dunk ass. He likes you. But you're making it all about your behind and your breast. And I hope she doesn't go do something stupid. I'm glad she didn't do what Candy did, but I think she's going to end up doing it. And I think that is showing you that you can't do something to please a man. If he likes you for you, a man is going to like you for you. And I like the way they're telling that story, that he likes you for you. You don't need to do anything extra. And then I enjoyed the two. I got to get their names together, but I know who I'm talking about. And I like the way they all stick together. The Puerto Rican guy and the other two, Blanca's children. I love the way they stick together and have love and genuine caring for each other. And like I said, Pose, they got a second season, but I just hope that the ratings will go up. And my thing is, I think that the ratings might not be as high as they should be, because I'm just going to say white people, I think that that's not their story. And so they probably aren't interested. But our black people, Puerto Rican, whatever, I think it's enough of us to generate the ratings. Because I remember when Maddie was doing the Queen's Court, she said she turned the TV on just to, for ratings. So I think that if we stand together in numbers, our minority people, that this show can last. It's a great story. And I remember living some of that part, not the ball scenes. Honey, I couldn't Vogue if you paid me. But I'm just saying, the music, oh my God, the music, I just start twirling because I love the music in that era.